Hey y'all, it's Kim. So I wanted to watch this Tony Hinchcliffe video. I probably won't watch the entire thing, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes of it just to see what he has to say. I was kind of just kind of previewing through it or whatever. But either way, whatever he said about like, Puerto Rico being garbage or I don't know, an island of garbage floating around or whatever. I don't know. I, I don't know what the heck was going on with this. But of course, Biden jumped on and had to call Trump supporters garbage now. So let's watch this guy do kind of like a roast of a lot of different groups and different topics. Uh, just in the first 3 or 4 minutes, I think he hit several different things, not just the country of Puerto Rico or whatever it's called. I guess it's a U.S. territory. Anyway, I don't know why the uproar, but of course, because we're so close to the election, this is where people go. But let's listen to his I guess what do you want to call it, like a monologue, and see what the controversy is. And then we'll look at a couple of videos of Joe calling people that. But yeah, hang on. Let me start this.
To the stage, comedian, roaster, and host of the Kill Tony podcast, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Well, we should ride swingers and put diamonds in our necks. So drink inside my lemonade till it look like a bitch. See, I come from the D where we got checks and we be flicks. If you ain't from my state, then you should know don't miss it.
Madison Square Garden, how we feeling, huh? Wow, isn't this special? 17 years ago, I was sleeping in my car behind the Comedy Store in LA, and I'm proud to say this is my 4th time performing at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the damn world. The American dream, alive and well, right here. This is very different than where I'm used to performing, though. I'm used to nighttime with people drinking, not so many babies in the crowd, and people that are obviously only here for Lee Greenwood tonight. Normally, I don't make my political beliefs a known thing. It's divisive for a comedian to do that, but just know I sleep well at night knowing who I'm voting for. Yeah. When I lay down and my head hits my pillow, it is a fantastic pillow, by the way. I was staying at the Four Seasons up by Central Park one night, and I laid my head down, and it felt so good. And I thought to myself, what an amazing pillow. I have a little bit of money now. I could buy a good pillow. And I took the pillowcase off, and there it was. My pillow, my pillow, my pillow. And damn it, I bought 4 of them. And if you use the promo code KILLTONY, you can also buy 4 my pillows. There's serious stuff happening, people. I live in the great state of Texas now. 18 years in Ohio, 20 years in California, and I got to see California turn to absolute horrendous thing. And traveling the world, I got to see San Francisco turn into one of the most demented cities, one of the greatest downfalls I've ever seen. And that is where the other candidate worked for 2 decades. And it's absolutely wild to see. And in Texas, stuff is really crazy. We're right there by a wide open border. Where are my proud Latinos at tonight? You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them. It's absolutely incredible. Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country. Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor. Free speech is under attack, people. I host a show, and each week I get updates what words we're allowed to use and not use anymore. It's happening right now the past few years. It's a real thing. And, you know, used to be able to tell people to Google stuff. My mom's a boomer in the state of Ohio, and there's no convincing her of anything. She's eating the cats. She's eating the dogs. They're eating the pets up there. It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. And again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. This isn't exactly a perfect comedy setup. There's some people here. All right. Very good. I like it. I have other policies that I think it should be implemented as well. Like me personally, I think football should be all year round. Yeah. So many great athletes. I don't know about you guys, but I think that Travis Kelce might be the next O.J. Simpson.
Oh my goodness. Mm.
Feels good in here. The other side's got a lot of crazy endorsements. Swift, Eminem, Leo DiCaprio, Beyonce. Every day the Democratic Party looks more and more like a P. Diddy party.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where they're at.
Okay, that's what you guys want. All right. Heck yeah. It's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that? A lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh, my goodness. I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome. You guys are, this is a groany little morning crowd, huh? It's tough to follow this audition for the next Commissioner Gordon's over here. It is, though. It's crazy times we're living in. I mean, all these pointless wars. It is unbelievable what's happening right now. It is incredible. Ukraine versus Russia, Israel, it's like bad soccer games. Who even cares? What are we doing? Why is our money involved in these wars?
Sure.
When it comes to Israel and Palestine, we're all thinking the same thing. Settle your stuff already. Best out of 3. Rock, paper, scissors. You know the Palestinians are going to throw rock every time. But you also know the Jews have a hard time throwing that paper. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're having fun now. We're cooking. Hillary Clinton said that this is a Nazi rally here today. Can you believe that? For the most anti-war president of my entire lifetime, and she calls him Hitler. Let me remind you, Hillary, it was your husband who shot innocent people, or as he called them, interns. Yeah, Hillary, I bet you did not see that one coming. By the way, if I commit suicide in 3 weeks, I didn't. I mean, it's just obvious to me who the right candidate is. There's a guy out here dodging bullets. It is unbelievable, right? He took it right in the ear. Unbelievable. I thought about this. I don't know if you have. Coolest place to get shot. Like if you're gonna get shot anywhere on your body, that's where you want it. Right there. Technically, he got shot in the head. depending on if you're a Democrat or a Republican. Right? If you're a Democrat, his ear was grazed.
Still part of his head.
If you're a Republican, he survived the headshot.
Yeah. True.
It is. It's the best place to get shot. It's the only part of the human body will drive a piercing through like a little girl's ear for no reason. Right? There's just it heals fast. Nobody cares. It's the best place to get shot. He went down, saw blood on his hands. I'd imagine he thought right then, I think I just won this shit. Stands up and says the most American words I've ever heard in my life. No. Before that, there was one more. Let me get my shoes. Fearless. Perhaps still with an active shooter. He's talking like a guy that just had the best one night stand of his life.
Oh
right?
my
Like, where's
God.
my shoes at? I gotta get the hell out of here. Let me get my shoes. And then the fight. What he did was so cool that Biden got COVID.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Go back. Look at the timeline of everything again. 3 days after that. That means that Biden, he didn't get that from hanging out with sick people. He was in a sterile room in the White House watching blood running down Trump's face as he pumps his fist. Biden's like, oh, God, no. It's true. Trump survived an assassination attempt and Biden got COVID. We vote next week. God voted 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Another great Austin, Texas resident, Elon Musk, will be speaking here later today. Unbelievable. Genius. You guys saw him shoot that rocket into outer space, the largest aircraft ever, fires it off into space, and then parallel parks it back to planet Earth. Meanwhile, Kamala supporters can't parallel park their Toyota Priuses properly. Sorry, I listen to Elon Musk. I follow his lead. The world's smartest, richest man has my attention. Except for when it comes to stock trading, then I listen to Nancy Pelosi. But censorship is amongst us, people. It's a very, very, very big deal. And I'm just here to say that you guys are for the right candidate. Tell your friends. Let's close it out. And let's make speech free again. Make America healthy again. Let's beat the team from California. The team from New York should beat the team from California, not only in this election, but in the World Series of Baseball, America's sport. I love you, New York. God bless New York. God bless America. Let's make it great again. I love you. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, so as you can see, he hit several topics, and of course, that's the one thing they picked out. I'm surprised they didn't pick out about carbon watermelons. And then obviously the thing with OJ. I mean, there was a few things in there that was a little bit off color, I guess you could say, just like kind of like ooh. But I mean, I grew up when you could joke about things and people weren't so butthurt over everything. But let's go over here and look at I think this one is Sky News from Australia. These people actually, I didn't think people really cared that much about politics in America, but I guess they do because it may affect them depending on who's in there. But let's look at this. Joe Biden calls or damaged Kamala's campaign with garbage Trump comment. They only have 320. Oh, it's only 3 hours. Public borders 100% proud to be a Republican, never vote Democrat. Okay. This is who they have always been. I'm garbage. I used to be deplorable and proud and a Trump voter. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Let me go and make this big so y'all can see it.
Let's check in with the leader of the free world. Remember him? The man who is currently president, allegedly. The man who...
Yeah, and if you notice, Biden's really not out front of anything at this point. You hardly hear much about him. I guess they're just trying to hide him until whatever happens with the election, or however it goes. Hopefully for Trump. But anyway, let's watch this. I mean, at this point, it's like we don't have a president.
Has, with Kamala Harris, seen the country plunged into an illegal immigration crisis, a cost of living crisis. The dude who talks about fascists, even as he tries to bankrupt and imprison his chief political opponents, well, here is President Joe Biden calling half of America, half of the country, human garbage.
Or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Yep, they're still having a meltdown about a little joke told by Tony Hinchcliffe. Not by Trump, by the way. Trump didn't say the joke. And the media is fanning the flames. They've spent more time on this nothing joke than they did on the Trump assassination attempts. They're scared. That's why the Kamala campaign is faltering badly. They are getting increasingly desperate. And this is despite the fact that the Harris campaign is outspending Trump and the Republicans by a huge margin, spending more than 3 times the Republicans last month. But the message is faltering. Could it be because their candidate is uniquely hopeless? Watch here as Kamala takes a jubilant moment at a rally where everyone is chanting her name and completely kills the vibe. Then she laughs hysterically for some reason.
Dumb.
Now I want each of you to shout your own name. Do that.
So, how dumb.
Yeah, that worked really well. As for the ads and celebrity endorsements, well, they continue to be cringe. Here is a wannabe first husband, Doug, knock him up, knock him out, him off, starring in an ad with Doc Rivers. Watch this and you'll understand why the Democrats have a man problem.
Doug, you're going to travel across all these swing states, right? You're going to make sure that folks know that Kamala is going to take care of all of them, just like she takes care of her. Yeah. Tony, you have to make sure everyone knows that Kamala is going to support their families. Right? Yes, you're going to make sure everyone knows that Kamala is an effective government partner. Got it, Coach. And all of you must head to iwillvote.com to make your plan to vote. To vote for Kamala.
I'm convinced. That's just so bad. And if you thought that was bad, take a look at these lefties losing it. The Democrat groups who have released a pro-pornography ad showing a man masturbating to an X-rated clip. Then he's interrupted by a Republican who apparently is going to ban porn under the Trump administration. This is what pure desperation looks like, folks. And I can't show you the full ad.
Thank God for that. Nobody wants to see it.
Sorry, you can't do that.
What the hell, man? How'd you get in here?
I'm your Republican congressman. Now that we're in charge, we're banning porn nationwide.
You can't tell me what to do. Get out of my bedroom, you creep.
I won the last election, so it's my decision. I'm just going to watch and make sure you don't finish illegally.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I can see why they have a man problem. But there are white dudes for Kamala, and a lot of them need help. Check out this one, broken by Trump derangement syndrome.
What's your biggest obstacle in life right now?
My biggest obstacle in life? Trump. Trump, absolutely.
So do you wake up and think about him?
Yes, constantly, every day.
Do you go to sleep and think about him?
Yes, every day.
Are you in love with him?
I hate his guts.
Here is another white dude for Kamala, triggered by a Veterans for Trump sign. Watch what he does.
Over to this yard sign that reads Veterans for Trump, abruptly kicks it and wanders off. A minute later, he's back again, his eyes focused on the home. Then just after 6, our friend returns a third time, something yellow in his hand, a piece of paper he leaves in the mailbox.
And the lowlife isn't done yet. Not content with seemingly stalking the house and kicking the sign, he left this note for the man who is risking his life for America.
It talks about how I was a disgrace to my country and a disgrace to the U.S. military because of my choice in candidate. And, you know, at the very end of the letter, he actually tells me to go to hell.
That's the tolerant, inclusive left for you folks. That's down in Florida. Can you imagine how triggered that guy is going to be after Election Day? Let's hear now from the woman herself. We need more Kamala in our lives. She's doing more interviews these days, and that means we're getting more incoherent gibberish like this.
Knowing that we also have the honor and the duty of excelling in every way possible, being able to see what is possible and not be burdened by other people's limited ability to see the same.
I guess she can always go back to calling Trump a fascist, perhaps inciting another assassination attempt.
You called Donald Trump a fascist. The top Republicans in Congress have called on you to tone down your rhetoric. They say it's, quote, irresponsible anti-Trump rhetoric. And they're saying what you're doing could invite another assassination attempt against Donald Trump. How would you respond to that?
Well, first of all, I condemn any political violence of any sort against anyone. But again, don't take it from me.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump doesn't have to spend anywhere near as much as Democrats when he's got folks on social media taking his words and setting them to music like this. This is the latest viral sensation.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce, 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 Beyonce. Beyonce.
He is.
Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
Oh my
Dance
gosh.
party with Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
Oh,
Party with
God.
Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
He is.
Dance
Oh my
party
gosh.
with Beyonce. Dance party 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 with Beyonce.
This is ridiculous.
Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
Oh my gosh.
Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. Beyonce.
Joining me now for more is filmmaker and commentator Army Horowitz. Army, a political panel on CNN has had an almighty meltdown over a joke made by a conservative commentator, Ryan Gadowski. He made the joke towards a pro-Palestinian journalist, Mehdi Hassan. This is a man who calls half the country Nazis, but apparently that's fine. But when a conservative makes a joke about a pager going off, let's see the reaction. Let's see the absolute meltdown.
If you don't want to be called Nazis, stop doing it.
You're called an anti-Semite. Stop called an anti-Semite more than anyone else's table.
Yeah.
And people will sit there and, no, by me. I never called you an anti-Semite. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians. I'm used to it.
Yeah, well, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that
you just say I should die.
You should not.
No, I
You just said I should be killed.
No, I
Of course, he goes straight into victim mode, interpreting the comment as some sort of a death threat. He did say, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. He didn't want it to explode. And the hysteria continued.
All right,
Defend
I
Rudy
told
Giuliani.
myself I wasn't going to entertain nonsense today. And so at this point,
This is what we're in
I
now.
can't
This
do
is America in 2024.
Here's what I will say.
Forget the
Here's what
racism.
That's right.
It's I should
That's
die.
right.
I didn't say that. You
You
should
said,
die.
what does beeper mean? Don't give me a
I did not say you should die.
Why did you say
guys,
my
give me-
beeper?
give me- what did you mean?
What did you mean by the beeper?
I said,
What did you mean by the beeper? No, you didn't. You said, I hope your beeper doesn't go off.
Ryan, stop
At least have the guts to support your racist brother.
I'm so sorry. And I will tell you, I don't accept that apology. And you didn't even say it
That's
to me.
fine. I didn't say
That
it to
was disgusting. But I can be offended when you don't even say it to me. I'm not Puerto Rican, but I was offended by what you said yesterday.
The hyperbole is off the charts. That lone conservative was taken off air, and now Army is being banned from CNN.
Yeah, first of all, Rita, I sure hope that Rita Patty extended Danzo mix that I saw before is going to make it on air. I like the moves that I saw, Rita. And by the way, for my TikTok Gen Z fans out there, before I start, I want to say thank you, Beyonce. I don't want to die. All right, moving on. Mehdi Hassan, yes. Why was Mehdi Hassan? Mehdi Hassan is a man. Just so we have some context here, right? He was fired from MSNBC. He was fired because he had horrible ratings. He was no Rita Panahi when it came to the ratings. That's for sure. That's for certain. But yes, like you alluded to before, prior to that exchange, he went on and essentially said that every Republican, 50% of this country are fascists and Nazis. I would take offense to that. And of course, Godorsky did, because he is one of them. So he was essentially being called a Nazi by this guy. Now, what do I think he's guilty of? Okay, it was a lame joke, for sure. It wasn't really appropriate for CNN. Also, I get where he was coming from. He was upset. It was a heated exchange. And by the way, Mehdi Hassan, not exactly a shrinking violet when it comes to attacking his opponents, right? So let's be clear about that. And then, of course, the reaction by CNN, of course, was over the top. Right? They had to come with a statement where they said, hey, we don't accept bigotry. We don't want crossing the line of civility.
And that hypocrisy is just so blatant. Like you said, he called half the country fascist. That's fine. There's no problem with that. But they lose their minds over that little joke by Tony Hinchcliffe about Puerto Rico. They're still talking about that. And this joke about a beeper going off apparently is the worst thing that's ever happened on CNN. Just on that Puerto Rico joke, which is still, I can't believe I'm still hearing about it. Joe Biden has responded by calling half of America garbage.
Or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Joe isn't really helping Kamala in these moments, is he, Mia? Do you think he realizes that he's doing damage to her cause at times, or is it just a lucky accident? He has no idea what's happening.
He doesn't realize anything. Come on, Rita, look. First of all, can I just one comment? He's the president of the United States. You see the framing on that? I mean, it's like literally they got to use Sky News Australia's text people. Those guys are first class. It's like he just sat there, no lighting, right? Just no mic, just threw the laptop up. It was horrible. No, he doesn't know anything. And finally, Rita, I got to say, I kind of blame
like FaceTiming your great-grandpa.
Yes. Oh, no. Great-grandpa.
You're too close to the camera.
More technically savvy and competent than Uncle Joe. Look, Rita, at this point, I got to blame you for elder abuse. Can you stop it? Can you leave the poor man alone? But you just told me what he said. The only reason I have to trust you, because I couldn't understand a word he was saying. I listened to that clip 5 times. I had to slow it down. The guy cannot put a sentence together. It's terrible. Now, look, I know he was riffing on the garbage joke, right, by Puerto Rico and Hinchcliffe. I mean, look, was it a mistake to bring Hinchcliffe on? Of course it was. But he is an insult comic. It's what he does for a living. That joke was not out of bounds relative to what he normally.
And that Tony Hinchcliffe was introduced as a comedian and a roaster. So you're looking at somebody that's used to telling jokes that are a little bit harder for people to stomach. I think he was on the Tom Brady roast with like Kevin Hart and some other guys. And so, yeah, probably his jokes aren't meant for like mixed company as far as men and women. Guys may get it. Women may be offended by it, or they may not. I mean, most people I know could probably take a joke because we grew up where jokes were still legal and people didn't got all upset about it. But anyway, we're almost done with this. I think I'm just going to leave it here for today because y'all can see these people are just so crazy.
In fact, it was kind of tame. That's kind of what he does for a living. Do I like it? Not particularly. Certainly not for an event like that. But at the end of the day, beyond the joke itself was oh God, I got so much joy watching the media trying to make this a news cycle, right? They spent an entire week talking about this. They were squeezing they're trying to squeeze as much juice from a lemon that was essentially dry. It was hilarious watching them do it. Yes, this is the party, the Democratic Party, that calls for civility, right? Calling half the country garbage. That's very civil. Thanks, Uncle Joe.
Let's just look at a few of these little comments down at the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and like this. I like their stuff. I think they're pretty cool. I hadn't thought of other people really keeping up with American politics. It says the president of the United States has called me and all Republican supporters garbage. I'm 100% proud to be Republican. I'll never vote for a Democrat or support a Democrat. This is who they have always been. Says I'm garbage. I used to be deplorable and proud of both and a Trump voter. We'll see who takes out the trash on November 5th, Joey. Joey's big mouth ruined Gauntlet's Taliban rally. Oh my gosh. At least the comedian at the Trump rally was just referring to Puerto Rico, but Biden was referring and calling not just Trump supporters garbage, but all the blacks, whites, Latinos, Jews, Arabs, Mexicans, Amish, and many more, all garbage if they support Trump. Biden did 100 times more of an F up than that comedian, period. That's true. Like I said, he only talked about the country. And then somebody on one of these videos said that they were having some kind of problems with garbage in the landfill there. I don't know that. And right here, it says Rita got some moves. Yeah, she was pretty funny in that too. They kept showing her. That was cute. I thought that was funny. And then, yes, President Trump 2024, best American political news channel. Love it, Rita. Great moves. LOL. Nice. As an American, you give the best takes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty good. It says she's done. Game over. Nice moves, Rita. We love you, Rita. Yeah, I think she's pretty cool. I like watching them. I watch them and then Fox, but just the highlights on here because I don't get all the videos. But anyway, a comedian tells a joke about Puerto Rico and then Biden goes off and insults half the country, calling them garbage in response. Let me take that too. It says, hold on. I don't think it did it, but either way, let me see. How do what is this? This is actually pretty good. I'm trying to get that. Sorry, I know I'm wasting y'all's time, but if you're still here, watching. That is pretty good. Anyway, yeah. And then says Kamala Harris was with me for every bad decision I made as president, and half of American voters are garbage. Joe Biden single-handedly gave Trump the extra votes needed for winning. Yeah. God bless Sky News, Australia, and its people. Already voted Trump. This is the third time. Nice moves. Love the moves, Rita. Anyway, so y'all can see these people are just morons with the way that they're coming after like Trump supporters. But either way, we know it's just political games. And hopefully Trump gets in there and we can be done with a lot of these people. I hope some of them lose their lose their positions like in the Senate and the House and everything else down ballot. But yeah, we'll see how this goes in what, 5 or 6 days. But y'all have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna go rest because I just got off work a little bit ago. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.